My sister stole every guy I dated for years. So I introduced her to someone who destroyed her life. Part 1, I was cursed with a built. In Boyfriend Thief, the day my younger sister Diane was born. And I'm not talking about borrowed sweaters or innocent crush theft. I mean, the kind of theft where if I brought home a boyfriend, she'd have him wrapped around her finger within weeks. If I introduced someone at Sunday dinner, she'd already be sliding into his DMs before dessert was served. If I posted a cute couple photo on Instagram, she'd somehow bump into him at his favorite coffee shop the next day. Everyone always said Diane got mom-studying looks, while I inherited dad's sharp wit. The comparison stung, but I learned to live with it, until the boyfriend stealing started. It began innocently enough in high school. My boyfriend Trevor suddenly wanted to study at our house, every afternoon. Diane would float by in her cheer uniform, asking him to help with her calculus homework. Didn't see the manipulation then, because I trusted them both completely. But looking back, the signs were flashing neon bright. By the time we hit our 20s, Diane's tactics became surgical in their precision. I dated Cameron for 6 months, before bringing him to meet the family. 1 week after that disastrous dinner, Diane had a crisis, and needed his broad shoulder to cry on. At 2 in the morning, they slept together that same night. Then came Marcus from my marketing agency, same playbook, family dinner, manufactured emergency midnight comfort session. When I discovered their steamy text messages, she had the audacity to tilt her head and smile sweetly. "I'm just making sure they're worthy of you, Laurel," she said, batting her eyelashes. Marcus failed the test miserably. Deep down I had to admit she had a point. If these men would abandon me for my sister so easily, maybe they weren't my soulmates after all. But that logic did nothing to heal the betrayal, burning in my chest. Then came Derek, the one who nearly broke me. We'd been together for 2 years, talking seriously about marriage, after I finished my nursing degree. Diane got wasted at his birthday party, the one I'd planned for weeks, and kissed him right in front of everyone at Applebee's. When he chose her over me, she had the nerve to post on Facebook, "Sometimes you can't help who you fall for too hard, sorry not sorry." A mom cornered me at Thanksgiving, her voice sharp as the carving knife. "You need to stop parading these men in front of Diane," she hissed while stirring the gravy. "She can't control herself. When you dangle temptation right under her nose, why do you keep setting her up to fail?" In my mind, I hadn't been dangling anything. I'd been trying to build meaningful relationships only to watch them crumble under my sister's relentless charm offensive. 3 months later, fate smiled on me at my college roommate's wedding in Chicago. That's where I met Connor. Everything I'd ever dreamed of wrapped in a 6'2" package, kind, successful as a software engineer, and apparently immune to female manipulation. For 8 blissful months, I kept him completely secret from my family. We drive to neighboring towns for dates, avoided posting couple photos, and I told absolutely no one about him. I thought I'd finally outsmarted Diane's boyfriend. Stealing operation, this was the healthiest, most genuine relationship I'd ever experienced. Connor talked about our future with such certainty that I started believing in happy endings again. But then my loose-lipped cousin Amanda accidentally mentioned Connor to mom during a phone call, who naturally mentioned him to Diane. Within hours, my sister's detective skills rivaled the FBI. She tracked him down through his company's website. Within days, the betrayal hit me like a freight train when I used my key to enter Connor's apartment and found them tangled together in our bed. The worst part wasn't catching them in the act. It was Diane's reaction. She sat up completely naked and utterly shameless and delivered the killing blow. "Honestly, I did you a huge favor," she said, gathering her clothes with zero remorse. "He barely lasted 10 minutes. You deserve so much better than that, sis." Connor just shrugged, not even bothering to cover himself. "Your sister's way too hot for me not to try, you understand, right?" I stood there